So if you ever went to the lake and you got there and the water was chocolate milk, most fishermen seem to think that it's really hard to catch fish in muddy waters. But for me, it's actually very easy, and I kind of prefer muddy water. There are pros and cons. The pros being you can really get up close to them. You don't have to use leaders. Basically, they're not as spooky, and they're kind of predictable in where they're at. So yeah, there's a lot more pros than there is cons when it comes to fishing in muddy waters. There's a lot to it too. Downside is that they can't see more than just inches away from their face, and that's why they got to get up against something. And a lot of times they're just nose up to a solid object or some grass. So this is what makes them predictable. It's even tougher in the winter time because they want to be down deep, but yet they need somewhere to go. And sometimes they might be a little finicky with the water temperature. So it's just finding out what part of the lake they want to go on. I fished this whole day, and yes, I only got one, but it was pretty decent. It was at the very end of the day when we kind of ruled out everything else. My buddy Craig, he caught 3 earlier that day, and we should have got the clues early. We went straight to the deep water because the last time we were there, that's where they were at, but the water was clear. But right where we put in the river channel, they were right up against the grass. I mean, they were nose in it. So, and they were, hungry. They were looking for whatever was coming down through there that's close by. See, everything gets funneled in those areas, in the same area they're in. So they're there to catch them. So at the very end of the day, this is when we found out, where they were at and what they were eating. So we ended up catching them on a chatterbait, and I put a black and blue on there, so that helps with the visual. When you're in muddy waters, you don't have enough light penetration for bright colors, and definitely no natural colors. That's not going to help you. So the only thing that'll help you is something that'll throw a silhouette, make it darker, more shadows, which is your black or blues or just any dark color. Your purples will work, but that's basically what you want to do. But that makes them so predictable. I kind of like that because you can look at a brush pile there, you can look at a piece of wood sticking out there, and know that more than likely if there's a fish in that area, it's going to be right up against it. These are the 3 things that you want. You want sound, something throws off a rattle or vibration, dark colors, something that throws off a silhouette, and something that thumps, water displacement. That's another one. Something, you don't want something small. You throw something small in there, it's not going to throw off much of anything. But you want a pretty good size, like square bills, something thumps, like a chatterbait, and that's what I ended up, catching it on. But those are the kind of things you want. Put away all your silent stuff, your plastics, all that stuff. It's no good. So put all that stuff away, and then break out all your loudest things that you have, and the most annoying, and that's what you're going to catch them on. So look for those things. Those are kind of 3 things you need to look for when you got murky to chocolate milk, muddy water, and you'll have some success. I've caught them over and over again. I've taught buddies of mine how to catch them in that, and a lot of people don't think you can catch them. A lot of people won't even go in water that's muddy. They think it's blown out, that it's useless to fish in. It's not the case. You got more pros than cons. I actually like it. So hope this helps, and hopefully next time I could come back with something that'll help you out. You guys that just have trouble, especially you younger guys coming up wanting to learn stuff, I'm going to help you with that. I'm in the Western North Carolina area, and all you guys in this area, the mountain region is a different story when it comes to anywhere else in the United States. Kind of predictable around here, but yet not. So, and I'm here to help you with that.